Hello and welcome to Crimes of the Heart Tarot. I'm Miss Vicki, and I'm going to use the tarot to see if we can gain more insight into unsolved mysteries, deaths, and disappearances. Let's get started.
Welcome to Crimes of the Heart Tarot. I'm Miss Vicki, and I'm so glad you're here today. I want to do a reading about the energy surrounding Chip and Joanne Gaines. They're the couple that have founded the Magnolia business. I don't even know what to call it. Magnolia everything in Waco, Texas. Okay, there's been a lot of gossip about them. I think they were in one of the magazines recently. A lot of gossip, a lot of stories about things that are going on with them. I just want to do an energy reading. I want to start with Joanne Gaines. They've been married for about 20 years. They met at her father's he had an automotive repair, tire type thing business. He still does, I guess. And they met. He brought his car in. Apparently he was infatuated with Joanne from the first time he met her, but they were engaged for about a year, not right away, but they did know each other. And they were married a year later. Now they have 5 children. Their oldest son is in college. I think their youngest one is 5. I believe he's 5 years old. Anyway, they have this, well, let's call it a Magnolia empire. They had the really successful Fixer Upper show on the HGTV show, TV channel for quite a few years, and I don't know if they're bringing it back or not. I'm not sure. I just want to do the energy around Joanne to start. Now, she has come out and said she is, her mother is Korean and her father is white. I guess you can say that. And she has stated that being Asian, she does look somewhat Asian. I think she's very attractive. Had been a problem for her when she was a child. Not only the way she looked, but I guess she had a Korean middle name or name that she was teased about a lot. And her daughter, one of her daughters, I'm not sure if it's her only daughter, is a spitting image of Joanne. She looks just like her. Has Asian features, and Joanne has written a book about her experience for her daughter. Now, Joanne has also stated that she felt worthless as a child. That's a terrible way to feel. She said just worthless. Since then, she worked for her father. She did go to, I think they both went to Baylor College. After she met Chip, I think she started to feel more positive about herself. I want to just get the energy reading of what's going on now, how they're doing. 20 years is a long time. They've been married that long. How is she feeling? They've recently taken on, well, they've done all kinds of things. They've done renovated homes, businesses. They bought a lot of the properties in Waco, Texas, when they weren't very expensive because of the economy and all that. They've renovated them, turned them into businesses. I'm not sure if they still own all the businesses, if they've sold them. I'm not sure how that works. It's just a amazing empire. I'm going to call it an empire. They were married in 2003. They were engaged in 2002. All right, Joanne, what's going on with her now? They've recently purchased a huge hotel in Waco. It's, I think, over 100 years old. It's gigantic. It's humongous. and they're going to renovate all the rooms, all the floors, put a boutique in there. It's a big undertaking, and I want to know the energy around her at this time. We'll do Chip in a few minutes. All right, we've got the Empress. Now this is a major arcana card. I don't know if you can see him or not. The Empress is about abundance. She is an Empress. She has done so much with her life, working with Chip as a designer, working with him on the renovations. 5 children, lots of abundance. Apparently they, I'm not even sure where they live now. I think they have the same home. They have a beautiful farm, beautiful home. They own all these businesses. And she is feeling like the Empress. This is a really positive card. And the energy crossing her now, which is kind of what we were looking into, we have, this is interesting. This is the Hermit. I'm using the Tarot Mucha, because it has some beautiful images in it. And I feel like she has this is representing her design work. Okay, this is crossed by the Hermit in reverse. Now the Hermit upright is someone who's gone within themselves, taken themselves back from society, learning. She has done all that. She's now stepped out of the shadows. She's feeling very positive about herself, much more so than she did as a child. She has a lot to be proud of. All right, beneath the energy, beneath what's going on now, wow, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, there's, I think that's Chip, the Knight of Pentacles, Chip. A lot of this has to do with her meeting and marrying him and being drawn into his life. His energy is amazing. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving knight. This is a knight that gets the job done. You can totally depend on him, and I think that's a good representation of the energy of Chip. Now, when they first met and were engaged around 2002, Chip was kind of here, there, and everywhere. He was still young, figuring out what he wanted to do. He did want to be married to Joanne. They were engaged for a year, but I think this is how she sees him. He's the knight. He's dependable. He's there. And he's very productive, very down to earth. I think that describes Chip quite a bit. All right, what's above the situation? What's going on now? We've got the King of Swords. Now, there's been a lot of gossip about them, like there usually is about celebrity couples. The King of Swords is usually, he's a very, very truthful king. He says things like they are. He cuts to the heart of matters. I think this is Joanne. This represents her. She is powerful now in herself. She's found her power as a woman and a wife and a businesswoman. And she says what she wants to say. She didn't do that before, but she's here now. And she doesn't waste a lot of time. She's extremely involved in lots of things. That's, I think, very representative of how her energy is now. Wasn't always like that. In the near past and leaving, we do have the happy home. Now, this card could represent the fact that their youngest son has gone off to college. And I think Joanne is reevaluating things. The King of Swords, he looks at things clearly. I think she wants to do more with her family. It's not that she hasn't spent a lot of time with her family. They've been amazing, but she's been everywhere, doing so many things. Excuse me. Chip has taken over for the kids. He's been a fantastic father as far as I know. But this is a problem. I want to leave this card out and think about it. This has been a problem for her. Getting her family, spending family time, doing the things she wants to do, things with Chip. I mean, if she's doing the designing, he's doing the construction. And they do take care of their kids very well. They have very, very well raised kids. All right, the near future for Joanne. All right, we've got the Fool. All right, this is interesting. The Fool is about someone wanting to take a new path. And that's what I'm getting from this card. She wants to stay with the designing business, but she wants to do more with her life, not so much with her business. She's not going to stop doing the business. These two cards. The family, family values, time with them, and kind of taking a new path, not a different path from the construction and the businesses and all that. I almost get like this is more time for herself and her children. All right, what's the energy right now around her? And this is November 26th, I think it is, a couple days after Thanksgiving. All right. We have the King of Wands. She's very, very, very much involved in having the life she wants. Now, this could also be about a relationship with Chip. There's been rumors about him, but I don't see that in here. But she's full of fire, King of Wands. She wants to do a lot. But she wants to, I'm getting mainly work on her marriage. Not that her marriage is a problem, I don't see that. But she wants to make her marriage, her relationship with Chip and the children and the family, I think, more important than the business. That's kind of what I'm getting from this card. The feelings around her. We've got the Ace of Wands. This is the feelings about Joanne, that she can do anything. But I'm not so sure she wants to be seen as someone can do anything anymore. Anything and everything. This is also the start of a new business. They have taken on that hotel. The hotel is going to be a big deal. And then we have the hopes and fears. All right, we have the Ten of Wands reverse. Upright, the Ten of Wands is a heavy burden. Overwhelmed. In reverse, it's letting go of a heavy burden. I think she's going to delegate more work. More of the construction, delegate more of that. She's really focusing on family. But she's also going to do the business and the design work. The outcome for Joanne right now in the next few months. Wow. This is Temperance. I had to look at that for a minute. Her goal right now is to balance. I think she's felt balance home, children, her marriage, and the business. That's a lot to do. And that's what these two cards represent. She's going to do a new path, a new way of doing things. That's what I'm getting. New in the way of, before I think she focused so much on the design work and her children and her home, but hopes and fear and the feeling around her, yeah. Hopes and fears. She wants to lift the burden. And the burden, I don't see the burden as her marriage. I see the burden as work. But she's not going to let Chip down. I don't see that. Mainly, I just see that she's going to reorganize her life even stronger than she has. And believe me, she's a dynamo. She may cut out some of the programs. I know she has a cooking show that's got mixed reviews. She's done books, and they have the Magnolia Journal. I think she's going to reorganize some things. I don't see anything negative at all. I just see somebody who wants to make the most of her life. It's a positive reading. It's a good reading. She's an amazing, amazing woman. And I think whatever she decides to do, she will be very successful at. All right. Yeah, I don't see any sorrow about her marriage or anything like that. I don't see that there's been major problems except time. I mean, you can't do all these things and make everything perfect. So I think she's working on that. Whether she can do that, I think she can. She's going to cut to the chase. And also, I think she's going to cut out a lot of things that are unnecessary in her life. Maybe even some of the businesses. All right. These over here. We're going to do a reading for Chip, the quirky tarot, because he is a quirky little guy. I mean, he's got so much energy. She has a lot of energy. All right, let's see how Chip feels about everything. Now, he's an amazing guy. He's a go-getter, an innovator. He's had businesses from the time he was in college. He hasn't always done that great at the businesses, but he's attempted to do these things. He was very taken with Joanne when he first saw her, according to him. And they've built an amazing business together. I mean, just amazing the things they've done. The hotel is going to be a big deal. Please don't want to shuffle. All right. Let's see what we can find out about Chip. All right. Now, when they were first married, or not first married, but when they were engaged, I think Chip was definitely committed to Joanne, but it was almost like he was feeling his oats here, there, and everywhere. I think he badly wanted to be a success, but he wanted to do it on his own terms. In fact, I think I read that Joanne's father kept asking him when he was going to get a job. He had construction, he was flipping houses, he had some kind of laundry business at the college. He was just figuring it all out, pretty much through the time they were engaged, according to what I've read. I haven't read that much about him. I don't read the Magnolia Journal. I'm sure it's a beautiful magazine. All right, Chip, what's going on with you? 5 of Wands. This is a quarreling card. Now, it doesn't mean quarreling so much as it means having your fingers in the pie, working things out, arguing with this, doing that. This is very much him. He's into everything. And I don't see this so much as with Joanne, but with the business. I mean, he's got so many things going on right now. We kind of know that. All right, what's crossing him? The King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles is... That's interesting, there's lilies there. It's about money. It's about a successful businessman. It's got a jet in the back and sun shining on him. This is who he is. He is an amazing businessman. I think he took finance business in college, and he's the brains behind getting loans, buying these properties, getting the construction crews together, and doing all that stuff. Joanne started out just doing designing. She's not trained in that, but that's what she wanted to do, and Chip let her. He encouraged her, and she has a really interesting sense of design. All right. Beneath this, the Two of Pentacles, balancing money. Okay, now he is very much into their finances. He knows a lot about finance. He has a lot of experience with getting loans, but what's going on now? Buying that big hotel, that was a lot. But he feels like he can do this. All right, above this, what could come into being, Six of Pentacles. Now this is interesting. This card is about charity. It's money, but it's, I almost want to say robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's about giving to one, not giving to the other. There's a little person back there not getting things. I think he's also worried about the family. I think he's going through something similar to what Joanne's going through, the children. But it's also about paying his bills. He's paying one thing, then he's taking a loan out on something else. His finances are on his mind a lot. I hope they're not in over their head. I don't know what they paid for that hotel. I don't know how it works. All right, let's see what's in the process of leaving. A Page of Swords, all right. Page of Swords, here we go again. Swords are truth. The Page of Swords is someone who is kind of beginning to figure out things. He's already figured things out. Page of Swords. This is someone who is good at travel too. I remember reading something about when they were engaged, he decided to go to Mexico for 3 months to learn Spanish. There was an immersion Mexican school down there about language, and I thought, 3 months, really? Really? And it didn't work too well. Apparently, his businesses weren't paid. Apparently, this is funny, I think. She had to call him and say, "Get your butt back here." Now, this is all alleged. This is just my opinion of the cards and the things I have read. She has written books, and there's things written about them. They've been on programs talking about their lives. Page of Swords. He's not crazy anymore. He was. Well, I shouldn't say crazy. I take that back. He's not a fly-by-night guy anymore. He's more serious. He's thinking now. He's thinking more than running off and doing something. All right, the near future for him, the Moon. Okay, this is kind of an interesting card to see as your near future. Now, the Moon is a card about secrets or hidden things. Things that, I'm not saying he has a bunch of weird secrets. I'm just saying there's unknown, hidden things coming up for them. I think it has to do with the hotel. They're going to run into some problems. And I don't know if it's money problems or something else. They need to be really, really careful with this hotel and what they commit to. This is also a card about things not being what you think they are. This is the hotel. They need to be careful about this. All right, what's his energy right now? Ace of Cups. There he is. He's got a glass of wine. He's absolutely full of love and excitement. And I believe he's very, very devoted to Joanne. I don't think he's fooling around with other women like some people have said. This is all alleged. I think he's in love with her madly. But he's giving a gift or going to get a gift, going to receive a gift. But this is about love. I think he understands what Joanne wants to do. And I think he's going to give her the gift of doing whatever she wants. Now, she's not going to flake out on the hotel, but he sees that she needs a change. All right, the feelings of people around them. The Seven of Pentacles. Oh, this is interesting. The Seven of Pentacles is about money. And it's also about, you need to step back and look at what you've done and be very, very careful. I'm getting that with the Moon. People around them, it could be their family, it could be friends, it could be bankers even, are really worried about this hotel purchase. And I think something's going to come up that they hadn't expected. Not even one something, a lot of somethings. Seven of Pentacles. This is stepping back and redoing, rethinking. They may have to cut back on what they decide to do with that hotel. It's huge what they're taking. I don't know what they paid, what their finances are, but they need to be really careful about that. And I'm going to say he does, because I don't know that Joanne really does finances, but she has a lot of common sense. All right, the hopes and fears around him right now. All right, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. Work, work, work. He feels like he can work this out. I can make this work. I can make this hotel work. I have a plan, I have the money, or I will know how to get the money, and I'm going to make it work. He's also worried that it's going to be too much, and it's going to be too much money. But he's going forward with it. All right, the final card is the Queen of Swords. That looks just like Hillary Clinton, but she's not the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is an experienced woman who has lots of brains. Now, I don't know if he has a financial advisor. I don't know if his mother or her mother has some input on this. This could even be Joanne. He does listen to her. It's going to be interesting. There's some scary things coming up for them because of this hotel purchase. He's optimistic. People around him are worried. His hopes and fears are that it'll be too much work and too much money or not enough money. But the outcome is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is an older woman. Now, Joanne's not that old, 45, something like that. No, she's older than that. I'm not sure. But this is someone who tells the truth. So the truth is going to come out. There's some truths coming out. I think I'll pull one more card. See if this helps clarify the Queen of Swords. All right, we have the Chariot. The Chariot is willpower. He's going to do everything in his willpower, everything he can do to make this work. Now, I believe they can do this over a long period of time. I'm not so sure Joanne wants to commit that long. And they may have to cut back part of their plans and do it a little bit less, or a little bit less to start. There's a tremendous amount of willpower here from Chip. Well, it's a positive reading. This is going to be interesting to see how this works out. I don't see a disaster. The Tower card didn't come up. And I don't see anything bad happening to them. I just see a warning card with the Moon and the Seven of Pentacles. Be really careful. You're going to come across things you never thought about. It's a positive reading. I mean, I don't see any things really bad happening, and they're not going to go in and do this hotel instantly in 1 week, but it's going to be a long-term project. All right, I think I'll close the circle. If you like this reading, if you'd like to hear more, please subscribe, like, share, and send kind comments. I'd like to know what you think. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.